G'day, Matt.
G'day, Damien. How you going?
Good. So we're just coming to the end of our Sales and Marketing Masterclass.
Yes.
And one of the things that I tried to implement in each of the stages of the masterclass is an impacts and results section.
Sure.
And basically, we look at the difference between not getting this part of the coursework right as compared to when we get it right.
Yep.
Now, for me with sales, it's night and day. You know, we invoice and we support hundreds of digital marketing agencies across 6 different countries. And we have digital marketing agencies that grow every month, which is about 30% of our database. And the other 70% are smaller agencies that struggle to, 10 to 20% on either side of supporting one income.
Got it.
And the difference is simple. It is so clear. The difference is that the digital marketing agencies that grow and run successful businesses beyond that single income have dedicated resources in sales. They'll either have a business partner that's 100% sales, or they will have a sales team of a minimum of one person, obviously start with one person, and they have some advertising or some marketing that feeds leads to that salesperson.
Got it. Look, that's not a unique problem. That's actually across pretty much every industry. That if there's wonderful technicians in lots and lots of businesses, there's lots of unrealized genius out there in the world, but if they don't have a culture or an understanding and a drive to be sales, actually drive new sales, then they're going to always continue to be a bit in the middle.
Yeah, so let's just look at that. So, a choice that everyone in the room can make today is, am I happy to have a business that functions well enough to pay myself a wage and to support my family as it is today? Basically sole proprietorship. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Or is my goal to create a business, a meaningful business that operates without me, supports my lifestyle without me, something that like an asset I can sell down the track? There's a decision we can make consciously or have it made for us unconsciously if we're not focusing. So let's make a decision. Like, if it's right for us to create that business model rather than the proprietorship model, how would you start?
Yeah, well, so there's a few things that everybody needs to go through to make sure that they're going to put out there the best foot forward. Look, the owners of businesses are usually very good salespeople. They've got that passion and they've got that drive and they actually give a crap.
But it's passion that gets a sale. It's not sales skills.
It's not skill. It might be. It's not structure.
Yeah.
You can be really passionate, but passionate's not going to get you to the Olympics. You need some coaching. You need some structure around that. And so what that looks like in sales and business, we need to understand first of all the strategy. How are we going to do it?
Yeah.
What's the process? What's the sales process? I've interviewed businesses doing upwards of $20 million and interviewed their 7 salespeople and their managing director and owner and sales and marketing manager. And one of the questions I ask is, what's the sales process? And in that conversation, I got 10 different answers.
Yeah, cool.
So secondly, you need to know the sales process. 1,
strategy. 2, process. So just documented.
It's got to be documented. And you know what I do for clients is I actually get it done up in a wireframe. And you can do this yourself, because a lot of people in the room is going to be, they're going to be designers. So they probably make it much better than what it looks like when I do it. Is actually you have the steps marked out on the wall. On the wall of the design room, so you actually know where you're up to, because everybody from the cleaner to the CEO needs to know exactly how we make money in this business.
Okay.
Because often in the businesses, it's a bloody mystery.
Yeah.
For everybody except the owner who knows the numbers, but the designer sitting there mousing away, making this the right color blue, they don't know.
Yeah.
So if they actually are attached and they understand how the business makes money, then everything starts to move towards that, and you create a much, much more functional business.
Okay, so strategy, process, which is documented. What's next?
Well, you've actually got to find a way to script. I'm not saying word for word scripting where you're manipulating customers, but specific scripting that you drop in at certain points. So when you're having a conversation with a client, things like, other than yourself, is there anyone else involved in the decision-making process? Because I don't know how many times you've had this happen, but in my younger years, you get all the way through the sale. All right, well, sounds like a good fit. Let's get started. And the customer goes, oh, well, I've got to check with my business partner or wife, dog, astrologist, whatever it is. And the whole thing just gets completely derailed and no sale occurs.
Yeah.
So you've got to make sure you understand that early and get everybody involved early.
Okay.
So that's, other scripting points, and we can go through those at a later stage, but you've got to make sure that You've summarised what they're doing. You've also got a script in how you book in the next meeting. Because a sale and any engagement is a series of meetings, and you've got to be able to swing from one vine to the next. You've got to be able to swing from one meeting to the next. Never finish a meeting without understanding when the next meeting's occurring. So that does two things. It puts time pressure on you to execute, and shows the customer you're a pro.
Yeah.
If you know how long it takes you to put together a proposal or a piece of work, and you say, right, well, I'm going to be able to finish that by Thursday next week, they go, got it, this guy or girl knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
Makes sense?
Right.
So the last part is measurement. So we now know the sales process, then you start dropping numbers into each one of those.
Yeah,
well,
great.
if I've got 10 meetings and 5 proposals and 1 sale, well, then we can go, right, well, how about I just get better at going from meeting to proposal? How do I get better at going from proposal to sale?
Yeah, awesome. So in the obviously the coursework of this masterclass, a lot of it's about pipeline strategy and managing pipeline.
Yeah.
We've done the whole conversion rate optimization throughout all elements of the business, improving those micro steps. So that's really good for 4-step part. There was strategy, documented process, scripting, and measurement.
Yep, because
Okay,
what
cool.
gets measured gets managed.
That's right.
And even for yourself, you've got to manage yourself. It's great to be a technician,
Yeah.
and it's important. That's what drives the start of every entrepreneurial pursuit. But then you've got to make sure you understand what the building blocks are to actually drive the result you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So cool. So that's how to start in your own business as it is today to get sales better. That doesn't give you the resources that I see in all the digital marketing companies that are growing every month. You need a sales resource.
Absolutely.
How do you approach that?
Well, so one of the things that I've actually started to develop, well, I haven't started developing, I've actually done it, is building out a recruiting and training platform and program specifically for digital agencies, so we can identify and go through those steps with you. So I've actually got a recruit and training program that will work out the strategy, process, scripting, and measurement KPIs around that.
Right.
And then we'll recruit the right sort of person for you, and then we'll work with that person and manage them for the first couple of months. Now, so often getting a new salesperson is like getting a new dog. You think you're training the dog, but actually you're training the owner to manage the dog. So what I often will do, I'm not calling salespeople dogs, because I am a salesperson, or business owners. What I want to do is I want to train the business owner to be able to manage and run that salesperson. You're managed by the measurement, and those are the numbers. So you work in that process.
So you're teaching the business owner to stop selling with passion and rather sell with sales skill, which is something you can pass on.
Exactly, and it becomes a documented process. So when you onboard a new salesperson, let's say he goes off or she goes away, you've got this folio, you've got this onboarding kit, you can drop in front of the salesperson and say, if you read this front to back and understand everything that's in here, you will be 80% along the way.
Yeah, cool. All right, so that's cool. That's I think that's enough for the needs of this masterclass.
Yep.
You've obviously got a next step for people that may be interested in talking to you about starting to build a sales team. So I'll get that off you, and I'll pass it through for everyone who's watching the video that they can have a look at the next step.
Yeah.
No obligation, obviously, just to get some more information about where to go as far as, just taking the step, and taking the commitment of creating a business rather than supporting an income. Yeah,
cool. Hey, what I'd like to do for the people watching is actually I've got a document called those 4 steps. Actually, there's 5 steps because the last one's coaching.
Okay.
I'll give that to you, Damien, and you can actually distribute it, or they can request it from me. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Because that's a bit of a framework for everybody here, that if you're not ready but you want to know what that looks like, well then just go and grab that for Damien.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks, Matt.
My pleasure.
Great.
All the best.